Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live recording of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Koby. We got Mike with me, who is ready,
I'm
ready to
battling
go
back,
live.
man. I'm battling back, man, from this illness I had, but we're gonna get through it. But yeah, man, it feels good to be back. A lot to discuss, especially that Cowboys and Lions game that we saw this week.
Yeah, both of those teams are kind of struggling with an identity of who they were, and I think both of them made a good case for who they actually are. With the Lions offense and the Cowboys defense. So
Yeah, two teams that was trying to just trying to fight for a playoff spot. They were battling it out, and they were going back and forth a lot in this game. We expected a high scoring game. Cowboys offense have been playing well. Detroit, they're known for their high scoring offense, but I think it came down to the mistakes again, which a lot of these games come down to. Dak Prescott with the two interceptions. Ferguson also had a fumble that turned out to be crucial in this game. So I think the mistakes really separated these two teams.
yeah, talking about how good the Cowboys offense has been all year, and then over the last like 3 weeks or so, the Cowboys defense has actually been playing pretty solid, and we were talking about if this Cowboys team can find ways to hold opponents to like 28, 30 points a game, which is no is still a decent amount of points, but if they can keep them right around that range, they are going to have a chance to win games every week. But giving up
Mhm.
44, you can't be doing that. Not at this point of the season. And the Lions offense, who you know has also been great all year. They've been a little off these last couple weeks, but that's a great bounce back spot for them. As that division right now is probably one of the craziest in the league right now.
Yeah, for the Cowboys coming into this game, we knew that offense was going to put up some points. Like you said, the defense have been playing well as of late, especially against the run. But we knew they were going to have um, a tough game against the Lions offense, and they let the Lions get out to a big lead early on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if this game could have possibly went to overtime, or if the Cowboys had more time, they probably could have came back and made things interesting because they really went on a run towards the end of this game, putting up a lot of points. But in the end, that hill was too tall to climb in this game. But and with the Lions, we didn't even know if Amon St. Brown was going to play in this game. He had that, I believe, it was an ankle or knee injury in the
Yeah,
game prior. So he was kind of like a game time decision, and he made a lot of plays in this game as well. But we keep talking about him. Jameer Gibbs, three touchdowns in this game. He didn't put up the yards that we're used to seeing, but he definitely made his presence known in this game. And Jameson Williams, he's still having an unbelievable season. He's trying to get paid. So this was a big game, but again, you can't make these type of turnovers in a crucial game like this. Two interceptions. Ferguson fumbled. They just kind of snatched the ball out of his hands.
hmm
This really dampered the Cowboys' playoff hopes. It's going to be really tough. I think they said that it's only like a 9% chance now, or some crazy stat like that the Cowboys have to make the playoffs. So, um, but yeah, this was a big game, and the Lions have a tough game coming up this week as well.
yeah. The NFC, I actually both divisions, like the people that are at top, you know, like the 1, 2 seeds, they pretty much have a clear path right now. But there's a lot of teams in the mix in both conferences that are right on the bubble that need to make a push. So a lot of good fun football to watch yet.
Yeah, and speaking of in the mix, I know you saw in this game, and it was definitely voiced after the game where George Pickens' effort seemed to be questioned. Um, there was a lot of passes that it seemed like he could have made plays on that he just kind of watched go by. Um, and it looked like he could have possibly took a concussion on one of those touchdown attempts where his head hit the turf. But yeah, his effort seemed to be down in this game. They can't have that if especially I think CD went out or a couple times in this game, so he was kind of um, a primary target in this game. So you can't really have him having his effort kind of go down in these games.
Yeah, when he was in Pittsburgh, you saw it a little bit. He was kind of like a diva. He seemed like he was always getting tangled up with a cornerback or a DB or something down the field. They're always pushing and shoving, and that's not really the culture there in Pittsburgh. And I think that's the main reason they got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see what he's doing in Dallas, where like it seemed like every week him and CD were just putting up numbers. They're like, oh, he just needed like a true number one receiver opposite of him. That will make him happy. And then this game where lack of effort and seems like he doesn't want to be there. Kind of like a little bit of like a diva mentality there too. Just like, oh, I don't really want to play today. Kind of like what we got. Kind of like what we have going on with Jerry Jeudy right now. But,
right.
Yeah, and that's not, that's not a good time for you to like quit on your team. Like you're still very much in this playoff race. Like you should be putting 120% into every game right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I mean, and when you have your effort is like what it was in a game, you also, you can't get mad when you get called out on it. Richard Sherman, during a post-game show, he said George Pickens looked like a dude who showed up to a photo shoot, not a football game, no juice, no effort, and, yes, Sherman has his ways and has his comments, but, this is coming from a future Hall of Famer. And he knows what effort looks like. He used to guard, that's what he did for a living. So he knows if a wide receiver is given enough effort or not. And, what does Pickens do? He jumped to, his Instagram story and basically just started going off on Sherman. He said Richard Sherman's been living off Legion of Boom clout for a decade. Take those dudes away and we'll all see what he really was in San Francisco. But this is just probably coming out of frustration. He doesn't know that, Sherman was still an all-pro at San Fran, helped him get to a Super Bowl when he was with them. So, probably needs to do a little bit of homework on Sherman before you kind of start calling him out. But this is not what you want to see from your 1B receiver in Dallas.
No, and Sherman's always kind of been one of those vocal dudes, and he was like allowed to. He was a lockdown corner. Yeah, in Seattle they had one of the greatest defenses, with like Cam Chancellor and all those guys. But like he was still, a cornerback, still playing one-on-one with, the best receivers. And we all know that time where Michael Crabtree was running his mouth at him, and he had that post-game interview where it's like, you got to think twice before you put a sorry ass receiver like Crabtree on. Like, he's always been that dude. Like he's not afraid to speak his mind, and
because he knew he could back it up.
Exactly. In all the instances that he has run his mouth, he's one, made good points, and two, he's gone out there and backed it up. And like a lot of these guys like Pickens, like, oh yeah, you take away those guys. Like, no, he was still like that guy on the outside. He was very fortunate to have those other dudes around him too. But like in any, offense, defense, whatever, like you have 3 or 4 really good players. Yeah, you start taking some of those guys away, like the other guy's value is going to drop. That's just how that works. So yeah, just no homework done by Pickens there, but zero effort on a comeback, zero effort in the game. And that's just maybe the kind of guy he is now.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of the success that he's having this season could be going to his head, where he just thinks that he's, this and that, when really he's still trying to get to that point, become an all pro and things like that. So um, we'll see. I don't think that's going to change with Pickens, though. It just seems like that's his character at
Yeah.
this point. But next, we can start to dive into our picks. We can do a little recap from week 13. We have you at 111-70. I jumped up to a small lead at 114 over 67.
Yeah, I don't want to say I got comfortable, but I was up all year, and I mean you put together a couple really solid weeks the last two, so now you're in a great spot because I got to start taking some chances, to try to close the gap. But this could be one of those situations where you end up like winning by like 7 or 8, and like, well, the scoreboard doesn't really tell the real story.
Mm-hmm.
I really had to like go out
Mm-hmm.
and pick some of these games, but
Yeah, it seemed like ever since I stopped just being a homer and just kind of, once, because the Commanders went on that like 6-game losing streak. Some of those games I was still trying to pick them, but it seemed like once I kind of faced reality a little bit, I kind of started getting a little lead here. So, but we'll see if that'll continue this week. So looking into it, we have week 14. We just went through Dallas and the Lions game. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins facing the New York Jets. Dolphins being favored by 2.5 on the road in this game. Two teams that we didn't think would have a good season this year, and they have proven that. Both teams are struggling, but the Dolphins are playing well as of late. How do you see this game?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I might be wrong. I think the Dolphins have won 3 in a row. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Looking right here. Yeah, they've won 3 in a row. The Jets had a good win last week, but yeah, I don't see the Jets being able to scrape together 2 wins in a row. I think Miami's just a better team.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniels has been coaching them a little bit better. He's not making corny comments anymore. I mean, neither team has anything to lose, at this point of the season. And I don't know if like maybe a team would be tanking or something, but I do like Miami traveling into cold New York this weekend.
I love a good upset. I do. I love a good one.
You do.
And I like the point that you made towards the end, where the Dolphins are traveling up to a cold. It is snowy up here. We got a little bit of snow yesterday, but it is cold up here, coming from sunny Miami, Florida. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets could get a win in this game, but I think that I agree with you that the Miami Dolphins will sneak out with a win. You want me to go opposite so bad.
I did.
But I just think, like you said, the Miami Dolphins are rolling a little bit as of late. They're believing in their coach. They're on that 3-game winning streak. Tua is playing a little bit better, and the Jets, I just can't trust them. Early on in the season, I said I would never take them. They helped me out when I took them against the Falcons, but I cannot take them in this game. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Man, really thought I was going to get one. Now I don't care. Now the Dolphins can lose. So,
all right. Next, we have the Steelers facing the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are favored at home by 6. This is 2 teams trying to make the playoffs, trying to win that division. Aaron Rodgers, he's still dealing with that wrist injury that he's trying to play through. He's still in the lineup, right? Rudolph didn't come back in. I didn't, because I think he came back in that game.
I'm looking right now. He's not even listed as questionable. So
okay, and it seems like the Baltimore Ravens, They're trying to keep Lamar out of practice a lot. He may only practice maybe one day out of the week, and then he'll play in the game. Both teams need a win. The only thing that's going to make my decision is the home team. I think both of these teams are going to play well, but I'm going to go with home field advantage in this one. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens in this game. I think they'll open up Lamar a little bit, let him run a little bit more, use his arm a little bit more since it is a few weeks after his injury. And I think the Ravens are going to sneak out with a win against the Steelers.
Oh, man. I have Pittsburgh marked on my paper. But I didn't love it because everything you like. Lamar is farther away from coming back. Like, you know, he's been back longer now. He's practiced more because the Ravens' offense the last couple of weeks has been absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
and you know, and I watch a terrible offense every single week, and I don't know. I think, you know what, Aaron Rodgers last week was getting on his receivers for, you know, maybe not running correct routes, maybe not putting the effort in. Like, Aaron Rodgers wants to make the playoffs. Coach Tomlin wants to make the playoffs. So I think there's going to be a little spark in the Steelers offense this week. I'm hoping the defense can step up a little bit because Lamar is going to be playing a little bit better. I know it's a home game for the Ravens, but like I said, we got to start making moves. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to go into Baltimore and get a win.
All right. Next week, hey, after this week, this might decide it all. After this week,
I know.
Going into the next game, we have the New Orleans Saints going into Tampa. Tampa being favored at home by 8.5. This one is like a no-brainer for me. Saints have been one of the worst teams in the league this year. Tampa Bay is still looking nice for a playoff spot. Yes, they're still dealing with injuries, but I don't think they'll have any problem getting a win against the Saints this week.
No, this is a good spot for Tampa Bay this week. They started off the season red hot, have kind of been sliding a little bit, getting lost in that division, but in a must-win game, you know, to stay up in that division, this is a great matchup for them against the Saints. I like Tampa Bay as well.
All right, and next we have the Colts traveling to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Colts are being favored on the road by 1.5. This is basically a pick 'em. How do you see this game going?
The Colts, man, what a great story for them at the beginning of the year. Like, Daniel Jones is an MVP. He's the comeback player of the year. That was 8 weeks ago. This Colts team now is kind of losing their identity a little bit. They're still very heavily relying on Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones is not playing like he was at the beginning of the year. Jacksonville, I never know what to think with this team, man. When I pick them, they lose. When I don't, they win. But that being said, Jacksonville has won 3 in a row. They are at home. The Colts are struggling. Coach Liam Cohen was like my second choice for Coach of the Year behind Ben Johnson. So give me the home team. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I like everything you said. Going into this pick, I was also going with the Jaguars as well. I do think that they're playing really, really, really well this year. This is the first matchup for the Jaguars and Colts this season. Colts are sliding, like you said earlier in the season. Daniel Jones looking like an MVP candidate. Jonathan Taylor was looking like maybe offensive player of the year, best running back in the league. Since then, they have slid mightily. Last week, they lost a tough game against the Texans. But just to spice this week up, I'm in this, and you can go either way in this game. I think it's going to be close. I am just going to go with the Colts, just to get off of this skid that they're on. They have been playing bad lately, but if they're going to do anything, if they're going to make the playoffs, they have to start winning some of these tough divisional games. I'm going to pick them to get right in this game in the division and get a win against the Jaguars.
Yeah, that was a tough 50-50 call, but
it can go either way. But I'm gonna just to be different, I'm gonna go with the Colts because they do need a win. They lost a couple in a row. And next, I'm gonna let you lead this one off. Your Browns.
All right. So we were playing the 49ers pretty decent last week. And then we started getting some offensive line injuries throughout the game. And that 49ers defense really started getting pressure, and our offense kind of fell apart. Jack Conklin's out this week with a concussion. Wyatt Teller's out this week with the calf injury. So our thin offensive line is a little bit thinner. But what I say every single week with this defense, and now Myles Garrett and those boys get to feast on a rookie quarterback for the first time this year. A rookie quarterback on a team that's not playing well at all. I have two answers here. Do I think the Cleveland Browns win this game? Yes, I do. Do I want the Cleveland Browns to win this game? No, I do not. Because I just need this man, Kevin Stefanski, out of my life. And every time he's about to lose his job, we get the Raiders, we get the Titans, we get another win, and this man still has a coaching job. But I will say this: if we do lose this week, he has to be gone. If the offense looks terrible,
I agree.
Like, there's no reason to keep if we're just throwing tight end screens and trying to run tight end sneaks under center and we lose, don't even you're already home. Just walk home. But I do think we will win this week.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Browns defense, I would definitely pick the Titans in this game. I saw this clip going around of the Browns offensive line, and those linemen, I mean, they're not really giving Shador a shot, man.
I know,
like the right guard. Yeah, the right guard just dove for what reason I don't know. The left guard kind of did the same thing and just ended up on the ground.
A glitch in real time. Like they literally just fell forward, and the defense was already beyond the line of it's crazy what we have going on here right now. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no chance if the line is playing like that. I mean, they're going to put a lot of pressure on the Browns defense to keep them in the game. But again, the Titans are not playing well. If it wasn't for that defense,
I can't name anybody on the Titans defense, especially on the defensive line. So I don't know. I don't know what their pass rush is like. So I think we should be all right.
Yeah, I think they still have Simmons over there, the D tackle, who's pretty good. But other than that, I don't know who's over there either. But yeah, the Browns, hopefully they can give Shador some time to throw. Also, Stefanski needs to go, first of all. I'm not sure why, they're not really letting him open it up and use his arm. A lot of these games, he's only having like maybe 25 throws, 20 throws. Really, he let the man open it up, throw the ball down the field. But I'm going to go with the Browns just because of the defense, and I know you wanted me to take the Titans, but
No, no,
definitely going.
no, I didn't. I didn't think you would.
All right, so next game that I am happy to talk about, my Washington Commanders facing the Minnesota Vikings on the road. We are favored by only 1.5 points. This game is big for one reason, because we get our quarterback back on the field, Jaden Daniels. He is
Mhm.
cleared and he will start this week against the Vikings. There was a lot of questions if he should come back from the injury, if he should just sit out for next season. I was on the side of him needing the experience. I don't like when players, especially young players who, had 1 or 2 years in the league, you just sitting them out just because he's not having a great season so far. He needs the experience. He needs to, see different defenses, get whatever it is, these injuries and things out of his system. So glad that he's back. Still have Terry. Had a great game against the Broncos, against Sertan last week, almost 100 yards and a touchdown. We got him still playing well. We also might see a Noah Brown sighting. We haven't said that
Whoa,
name since probably week 1 or week 2.
yeah, the glass
Um,
man's back.
Right. So he's been a full participant in practice all week. So this may be the first or second time that we have this actually may be the first game where we have all starters on the field, including the offensive lineman, because early on Sam Cosmi wasn't on he was injured. So might have a full cast of players on offense this week. And playing against that Vikings defense is going to be tough. They have a great defense over there with Flores, but that offense is putrid over there. I don't care if it's JJ McCarthy. I don't care what quarterback they throw out there. We'll probably just double Jefferson all game and, try to have JJ find somebody else. But taking the Commanders in this game to win big, hopefully double digits. We're definitely going to win this game on the road.
Yeah, for a banged up Washington defense that you guys have been struggling with pretty much all season, drawing this this Minnesota Vikings offense right now is it should be like striking gold. Uh, you, you have arguably the greatest wide receiver in the game right now with Justin Jefferson, and he had like 4 yards last week. They are just not able to get this man the ball. And I'll be honest, the Commanders defense was pretty decent against the Broncos offense last week. Obviously kept them in that game. So if you can get another repeat performance like that from this defense, I don't think the Minnesota offense is going to get anything going. And yeah, having Jaden's going to be in a nice spot this week. I imagine the play calling is probably going to ease him back in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Terry will get his, Debo will get his, and you guys kind of have like a running back committee going on right now. But I mean, it's solid. I mean, it's not stagnant by any means. So I think you can probably get the offense going a little bit. So I like the Commanders on the this week as well.
Also might go.
I cannot pick that Vikings team right now. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks being favored by 6.5. This game, Falcons are struggling. They were really looking good in the middle of the season, but we were talking maybe Bijan, best running back in the league. They had a good young offensive group and on defense as well with those two new edge rushers, but they had the injury at quarterback with Penix. Kirk Cousins hasn't shown anything great at this point, and you're going up against a team that is playing really, really well. That offense is elite. It's going to be tough to cover that wide receiver over there, and the defense is playing well. So definitely going with the Seahawks to get a win this week.
Yeah, every every week we get one of these games where we just kind of look over, throw it under the rug. We don't even need to like dive into it. Seahawks, one of the best teams. Atlanta, one of the worst teams. You know, we had that. You know, this happened a couple weeks ago with the Rams and the Panthers. Were like, oh, there's no way the Panthers are going to win this game. But guess what? The Panthers found a way to win that game. So now we go to the Seahawks versus the Falcons. No, I
sound
can't.
like you're leading a certain way right now.
I can't even hype up the Falcons. I was going to go into a bit, but no. Yeah, Seattle's just too good right now. Obviously, one of the best teams in the NFC. Yeah, I like Seattle. So
yeah. And next we have the Cincinnati Bengals going into Buffalo playing the Bills. Bills being favored by 6 in this game. This game might be closer than what the spread is showing. Joe Burrow and the Bengals are on a mission to make some things happen. This is.
It was a tough one for me too, and I'm not completely sold on it. So whatever you say, I'll probably agree with you. Like, oh yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, Bills are up and down. Mm-hmm. Don't know which Bills team you're going to get. Bengals,
I think I just changed my pick.
Yeah, Bengals seem determined.
Yeah, I just changed my pick.
Joe Burrow seems determined. However, going into Buffalo in December is tough. That is a tough place to play. And I do believe that the Buffalo Bills will get things going heading into the playoffs. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to get a close win at home against the Bengals.
Oh, hold on. I got to look at something real quick just to...
because I know it's going to be close because Burrow, he's going to make a push, but I think it's a little too late for Joe and Josh. I mean, he's going to get up for this game, so I'm going to go with the Bills.
So I initially had the Buffalo Bills winning this game. Or as I've been calling them, the Buffalo Josh Allens. Because if he's playing great, they win. If he doesn't play great, they lose. And man, Buffalo just doesn't have an offensive identity outside of Josh Allen and James Cook. They have decent tight ends with Kincaid and Knox, but their receivers on the outside just don't do anything for me. I know Keon Coleman's young and he's been having a pretty solid year. But the Buffalo Bills defense to me has just, I don't know, not been good. Now, Joe Burrow is the most well-rested quarterback in the league right now. Yeah. He picked apart, not accurately, but they did put up some numbers against the Ravens last week, whose defense is also not very good. I think with another full week of practice, Joe Burrow is going to be more like Joe Burrow. And I am changing my initial pick. You know what? Our thing's going to be decided this week. I have it up in my head. I think so too. Give me. Oh, wait. What games do we have coming up?
Yeah, say it. Go ahead and say it, man.
What games do we have different?
Go ahead and say it. No, bet against Josh in December.
No, I'm not. I'm sticking with my initial pick. I'm taking Buffalo. Because I do think. I mean, I feel like it's probably snowing in Buffalo right now. I feel like it's always snowing there when it's cold. So if it's going to come down to running the ball, I think like with James Cook, they just have a huge advantage there. I almost switched, but yeah, I'm sticking with Buffalo.
All right.
Oh man,
not too late to change.
If you want. It is. No, it is. We've moved on.
All right.
And before you read this, it's Denver -7.5. Definitely not.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Denver Broncos headed into Vegas playing the Raiders. Broncos being favored by 7.5. This game is just kind of like those games we discussed earlier. These no-brainers. Definitely going with the Broncos to get a win against the Raiders. It's enough said. This is one of the best teams.
Yeah.
Second best, one of the best teams in the league right now.
Yeah. I was going to save my bit for this game about hyping up the Raiders, but no, I can't. Like, we smoked the Raiders and we suck. So, yeah, give me the Broncos.
Yeah, they'll have no problem in this game. But a juicy game we have right here is the Chicago Bears going into Green Bay facing the Packers, and the Bears are favored on the road by 7. How do you see this game?
Man,
it's kind of a shocker, right? Two good teams in the this
that
one
division.
Is the one you can fact check me on, because 7. I mean, I did this when I was
under the weather.
Yeah, so definitely fact check me on this one, because that just seems egregious right now.
It is.
Can't be that high on the road.
No, it's actually Green Bay -7.
Okay. Yeah, Green Bay. All right, Green Bay being favored by. I'm about to say, yes, they're the number one team in the NFC, but hell no, like, So yeah, Green Bay being favored by 7 at home. How do you see this one?
So obviously, this is a huge matchup for both teams. The Bears have won 5 in a row. The Packers have won 3 in a row. I really like what Green Bay has been doing lately. Their offense is. We got the Bears in the chat. Boy, you are not gonna like this answer, because the Green Bay offense has been playing better. The Micah Parsons led defense has been playing better, and I think they should be able to get some pressure on Caleb, make him make mistakes. And I know the Bears defense has been playing a little bit better lately, but I don't think they are playing good enough to slow down the Packers offense. So the Packers at home, Lambeau, cold. And I know it's cold in Chicago too, but give me the Cheeseheads. I think the Packers have everybody back this week. I'm looking right now.
Yeah. As I cough my lungs out.
Well, yeah, Reed and Golden are both questionable. I don't know if they're playing or not, but I still like my Cheeseheads pick.
Yeah, I'm siding with you in this.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Even though the Bears right now is the number one team in the NFC, it's a tough place to play at Lambeau in December. And the Green Bay Packers, they look really, really, really good against the Lions on Thanksgiving. So, yes, the Bears got a tough win against the Eagles last week, but I'm going to go with Green Bay to get a win this week and to possibly become the top seed in that division. But give me the Packers to get a win this week as well.
I mean, that's just another one of those games this week that could go either way.
Lone Star said, "Is Watson back from ACL injury?"
No, he just got activated off the IR, so he has his 21-day window to return. But no, he's actually listed on the depth chart like injury reports again, but he is listed as out.
All right, and next, another game. I don't think I messed up the spread with this one. We have the Rams on the road.
Unless you're talking about Christian. Sorry, you're probably talking about Christian Watson, but yeah, he came back last week. I was talking about Deshaun.
Oh yeah, your boy's back at practice, man, Deshaun.
Yeah, he's getting his calves rubbed out right now, probably.
You think he'll get into a game this season?
Yeah, he will. He'll probably play the last two weeks. I said that. If
he plays well, you may not need a quarterback.
No, we don't. We don't need a quarterback now. We got Deshaun and Shadur. Yeah,
Shitter.
yeah, the receiver's back. Yeah, he played last week. Sorry.
All right, yeah. Now we have the Rams facing the Cardinals. Rams on the road, favored by 9.5. This game could get out of hand, especially with the Rams taking a terrible loss last week against the soon-to-be division champ Carolina Panthers. Soon-to-be Panthers division champs, but they took an L last week on the road. They're gonna get right in this game and get a win against the Cardinals.
Yeah, we talked about it last week when we were going over the Rams loss. We said I feel bad for whoever the Rams play next week, and it just happens to be the struggling Cardinals. There's not really much to dive into in this game. I know we did say this about the Panthers game, but the Panthers are a little bit better than the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals really have it in them to even keep this game close. So,
yeah, totally agree. Next, our Sunday night matchup, we have the Texans facing the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Texans being favored by 3.5. How do you see? Actually, let me go first on this one. So, Texans, they had a big win last week against the Colts, and the Chiefs. Again, they had a tough loss against Dallas on Thanksgiving. So, two teams trying to make the playoffs. I think that both of these teams are in the hunt. They're not in right now, so they both are going to be desperate for a win. With that being said, yes, CJ Stroud is back and that defense is playing well, but I'm not going to go against Patrick Mahomes in this game. I think that he is going to get a win, especially with them being at home. Give me the Chiefs.
Man, I was really, really, really hoping you were going to go to Texans this week. The Texans defense has been, keeping them in games. The offense is coming around a little bit, but there's just something. I was wrong against Dallas. I say the Chiefs be chiefing sometimes, and they kind of make these strides where like, oh my gosh, are we going to see the Chiefs in the playoff picture again? But Kansas City with their back against the ropes, this Andy Reid offense. I too think Kansas City is going to get the upset win. But man, you picking the Texans there really, really wanted to make, or you picking the Chiefs really maybe want to pick the Texans, but I've already been going a little crazy with some picks. But
hey, man, the Texans are favorite, man. Let's go ahead and pick them.
Yeah, could have.
Hey, either you'll probably take the lead this week, or it's just over with.
Well, actually,
it's going to go either way.
We actually really haven't had any differences. Oh, just Baltimore right now. Because I was thinking you were going to go Colts and Bears and Texans. So we're really only one off right now.
Okay. You ain't go with Joe? You ain't want to go with Joe on the road?
I almost did. Almost did.
So you picking the Chiefs as well?
Yeah, I'll take Kansas City.
All right. And coming up on our final game, we have the Philadelphia Eagles facing the Chargers on the road. Eagles being favored on the road by 2.5. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, the Eagles need to figure it out offensively. I don't know if it's giving Saquon 50 carries or something. That man was torching the league last year, and he is just absolutely irrelevant in this offense, which would make you think, the Eagles are airing it out. The receivers are having big games, but that's not really the case. A.J. Brown's had a couple solid weeks to like the last two. This Chargers team, they might be the most flippy floppy team we've like really covered this year. They lose when they're supposed to win. They win when they're supposed to lose. They get Hampton back this week. Herbert has that injury. Yeah, I'm looking at my paper. I see what I picked, but I don't. I think the Eagles will find a way to win this game. I think they can probably get it a little bit going offensively against the Chargers, and I think that defense is going to be good enough to keep Herbert in check. He kind of seems to disappear in these big games sometimes, and yeah, with that injury, I don't know how close to 100% he'll be. So,
all right, so I agree with you. We don't really know what Chargers team that we're going to get, and for that reason, I'm going with the Eagles this week. But like you said, the Eagles have struggled all season, every facet of the game. Sometimes it's the passing game, sometimes it's Saquon, sometimes it's the defense letting the Cowboys come back and giving up 24, 27 points in the second half of games. So you don't really know what Eagles team you're going to get, if they're going to play up to their standard or if they're just going to play down to their competition. But because of the talent that they have on offense and defense, I'm going to go with the Eagles to find a way to get a win this week. And then our buys, we have the Panthers, who, yes, will make strides to win that damn division. I'm calling it early. And also San Fran, Giants, and Patriots are all on a bye this week.
Man,
I
was really hoping we were going to have some different answers, but I
thought we had more than just one, though.
I know. Well, I was thinking you were going to take the Texans.
I went with the Colts. You went Jags, I think.
We both went Jags.
I thought I went Colts.
I don't think so.
I'll play it back.
Yeah, I think we'll play it back.
Though. But I'm not gonna say nothing now, but because I was in the moment.
I
all of these in the moment.
You did. I think you did pick the Colts because I said I was riding with Coach Liam Cohen in Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. So yeah, okay. So
I think I picked them to get right against.
Yeah, you did.
Jags.
So we got Steelers, Ravens, Colts, Jags. So two different ones there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You can come back a little bit.
Close the gap or have me down 5.
Yep. Can go either way. We could take a glance at the playoff picture. Right now, at the top of the AFC is still the Patriots. Bills being at 7 is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have the two teams trying to get in, Texans and the Steelers. And then on that NFC, actually Bears are number 1 now in this one, and Rams at number 2. So Panthers, man, gotta find a way.
And the Lions being at 7-4 in that division and being in the hunt is pretty crazy,
right?
With the Packers and Bears playing, actually that's a good spot for the Lions this week to have a bye because somebody's losing. So
yeah, I agree.
So does that mean with the Bears being 1 and the Rams being 2, does that mean the Eagles are down to 3?
I think so.
Which that would make sense because
yeah. Because they're definitely 3 because they have a bet. Their record is better than Tampa.
Then you got three teams from the NFC West in there right now.
Yeah, it's crazy times right now. Next, I want to do that follow-up story with your guy.
This is a good one.
So
yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Let's get everybody caught up to speed of why you are so upset. So apparently, I can let you break it down, but apparently Jawan Jennings has some things to say, some questionable things to say against some of those Browns players.
Yeah, and the week before that, We're talking about last week when the 49ers played the Browns, but if you go back 2 weeks when the 49ers were playing the Panthers, a clip surfaced of Jawan Jennings swinging on a Carolina Panthers player, and you're like, whoa, like what happened there? This is after the game. And then another clip surfaced of a Carolina Panthers player uppercutting Jawan Jennings in the nuts, which, you can't.
In his first game.
We have it
right. And see if.
So that was 2 weeks ago.
Just went around punching guys.
And it makes you wonder, like, look at this. Bam! So it makes you wonder, like, man, like what was said, like whatever. Okay, so now let's go back a week. There was some tempers flaring during the game, and our defensive tackle Shelby Harris had this to say about Jawan Jennings.
See why he got punched in the nuts? Because that's he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit. And I want that known. I see exactly why they punched the nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
So I did hear it there, but he starts out by saying he's a hoe. Okay, so first of all, a grown man should not be calling another grown man a hoe. It's a little sassy. It's a little, but then it makes you wonder, like, what? Uh-oh. All right. Well, he is gone. All right. Now he's back in.
Technical difficulties.
but what I was saying was, something is transpiring with Jawan Jennings out there, getting punched in the nuts, getting called out after the game, getting called a hoe, and then another clip, it looks like Shelby Harris is on a podcast, and he's actually breaking down the situation, saying, "Are we gonna get that clip back?" Okay,
you're bringing it up right now.
Okay, I don't care. You say whatever you want, but the minute you bring up a man's family, bring up a man's wife, bring up a man's kids, bring up any type of sexually explicit thing when it comes to a man's wife and family, we're gonna have a problem. Because the way I look at that stuff is, you only can say that on the football field, because if I retaliate, I lose money.
Right.
If I do anything about that, my team gets punished. But if you would do that on the street, I'll smack the shit out of you.
and this man is 120% serious. If he's walking down the street right now and he sees Jawan Jennings, he is slapping the taste out of that man's mouth. But
immediately.
End of the day, these are grown-ass adults playing a game for millions of dollars, and I'm all for trash talking, but it needs to be about on the field. You know what I mean? Like, talk about, like, you're a sorry ass receiver, or you're a terrible defensive tackle. You can't, you can't be bringing up people's families, man. Like, that's what are you gaining from that?
Yeah, it's some lines that you don't cross, and that's family and of course kids and stuff like that. You could talk about somebody's game, you could talk about this and that, but certain lines that you don't cross, and it seems like Jawan Jennings, he seems to want to cross those lines with a lot of players. So sooner or later, it's going to get more physical with Jawan Jennings, and it's not just going to be, a punch in the nuts or whatever it is going to be, a punch in the face and things like that. So somebody needs to talk to Jennings about his comments, and those type of comments aren't needed in the league. So, but hey, man, your boy's standing on 10 toes down right now, man.
And I like it. I'm sure his family appreciates that too. Like, but yeah, you can't. I don't know. Maybe Jawan Jennings has some, I don't know, psychological issues or something, that he's going around just talking shit into people's ears. But
yeah, man. So, but we do want to thank everybody for joining us today, going over our picks, going over a couple stories that are going on in the league. Definitely look out for another episode next week where we do a recap of Week 14 and where we go over the games and picks that we had today. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, let us know the next time. It'll let you know the next time we go live or drop another episode. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitch, hit us up in the Discord, all that good stuff. And as always, peace. See
you guys.